Hey, it's your boy, MK Ultra. I'm just doing a script reading for a company called Jellysmack Productions. It's a Titanic script reading. I can't read, I'm pretty dumb, but here we go. Enjoy. Hi, my name is Andrew Chaplin. I'll be auditioning for the part of content creator for this YouTube channel about movie trivia. This is my 4K camera, which I will be using should I get the position, and I also have a tripod coming in the mail. Here's my hands, as requested in the casting directions. Anyway, let's get started. More than 110 years ago, the so-called unsinkable Titanic sank to the bottom of the sea, taking with it many of its passengers. It's one of the world's most catastrophic maritime events outside of wartime, with more than 1,500 deaths. It's also a fascinating story, one that hooked a man by the name of James Cameron and lured him in for years, until he finally decided to make one of cinema's greatest masterpieces. Think you know everything there is to know about the Titanic? Well, maybe not. Did you know that several dozen people were actually poisoned on the set during filming? Or that James Cameron has a seriously wild side? Or how about the fact that many of the characters seen in the film are actually based on real people? Or that this historical catastrophe could have actually been avoided? Sit down and buckle your seatbelts, because today we're going to be talking about James Cameron and how he made the cinematic masterpiece about the most well-known shipwreck of all time. The true story. We'd be remiss in starting this video with anything other than a bit of background on the true story of the Titanic, and we think you'd actually be pretty surprised to find out what really sunk the ship. It all started in 1907, when Titanic was built to compete with a few other luxury liners already out there, like the Mauretania and the Lusitania, the latter of which met with a similar tragic fate. Lord William James Parry, an associate of the shipbuilding company Harold Wolff in Belfast, and Joseph Brace Ismay, the head of White Star Line Maritime Company, together decided to build a series of luxury liners, the Olympic and the Britannic and the Titanic, which would surpass all others in terms of comfort, safety, and elegance. And we have to say, it was quite the competition. At the head of operations was Alexander Montgomery Charles, the director of shipbuilding. Remember that name. It's going to be key for our story, because not long after construction of the three ships, something happened which would change the course of history. Charles retired. That may seem like a minor detail, but in fact was one of the things that led to the fatal catastrophe. But why did Charles retire so suddenly? His withdrawal provoked by a meeting between Lord Parry, Ismay, and Charles, a meeting in which they debated the number of lifeboats to be available in the forthcoming ships. You can see where this is going, right? Charles, the architect, wanted 66 lifeboats on board, while others argued that the exceptional quality of ships waterfight companies made the number of lifeboats unnecessary. Keep in mind, boggling the security measures put in place to save human lives would be unnecessary, but hindsight's 20/20, I guess. Charles thought he had doubts. He insisted that anything constructed by humans couldn't be completely unsinkable. In the end, though, the team rejected Charles' call for 66 lifeboats, sticking with just 20. 20 lifeboats for 2,000 occupants, which, faced the rejection of the concerns. Charles undesirably resigned.